Hi Queens, Sam here. I hope that you're doing amazing. In my video today, I want to share with you things that I've literally gave up when I decided to become a single mother by choice, starting my family by myself. And so for me, it's important to do this video because motherhood is a sacrifice. And single motherhood in particular is the deep sacrifice, like an extra ultra sacrifice in my book. And so I'm sharing this with you not to say that, I have any regret of becoming mother, like, especially single mother, but really to, I guess, like, for you, even if you are considering this, to be really clear on things that definitely you may have to give up when you actually become a single mother. Because at the end of the day, your life is going to change. Your life is going to change when you have kids. And so there are things that essentially you may be doing today that you will not be able to do anymore, and that you may not even want to do once you have the kids. So I'm sharing my own. Feel free to really take the time to do the homework yourself and talk to other mothers, especially other single mothers, if that's something that you're actually considering. Because I personally think that it is different. If you have a partner, it's a bit different, right? Because let's say if you have an activity that you enjoy doing, you can talk to your partner and making sure that you don't give up that activity once you have the kids. But if you are doing this motherhood business by yourself, on your own, and you don't have much help, well, you may have to give up that activity for a little while. And so, are you okay with that? So, in my case, I used to be an avid dancer. I love dancing. I think dancing is a way of communicating with other people without even talking. And it's like a language in itself. I've always loved dancing growing up. I tend to dance pretty much all kind of music, but the type of genre that I love the most is Latin dance. So salsa, bachata, that type of music really appealed to me. And so even before the kids, I was part of a dance group, and we'll be traveling within Canada to different cities to perform. And we'll also, especially during the holidays, we'll be contracted by companies to actually go to their holiday celebrations, like holiday events, and perform there. So I really really enjoyed it. It's a portion of my life that that shares a lot. And but I had to give that up. I have to give that up when I had the kids, because as you can expect, like, as you can think, like, being part of a group also it's a lot of requests on your time. You need to be able to go and do rehearsal and practice and all that. And it's not only the rehearsal when you're there, but, like, in between rehearsal you need to practice. And I did not have that time anymore because I had little ones who need me right now. And so, and I only had the 24 hours that I had back then. So I had to give that up. I had to give up the heels. I had to give up the dance. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. But at the end of the day, I'm telling myself it is just temporary. My kids are gonna grow up, and at one point they will be more independent, and so I'll be able to resume that hopefully in the near future. The other thing that I had also to give up to a certain extent was traveling. I love traveling. I really enjoy traveling, discovering different cultures, countries, different landscape. I find that, when you travel and you take yourself out of your day-to-day environment, it's really good for your mental health, but also for your creativity, right? Because that can open your eyes to other ways of doing things. You hear different things, you communicate with people, or like in another way of thinking. You really come. I've always come, out when I travel. I've always come back very, like, not like an entirely different person, but I'm like, my God, I learned this and I learned this. Oh my God, this is the way they do it. This is what they say it. This, and I love the food as well, right? For me, traveling also is a way of also discovering different kind of cuisine and whatnot. So I used to travel quite a bit before the kids, because I was on my own. Even if I had a partner, we'll travel together. And so I had more flexibility on my time and also more money really to travel. With the kids now, I still travel, but I don't do as much international travel as I used to. And so because it's a lot of logistics, right? And it's also way more expensive, especially, after what happened in 2020, traveling has become more expensive in itself, and traveling with young kids, it's quite expensive, and I'm just on my own. It's one income, and so that takes quite a bit of my margin. And also because my goal right now is to reduce my debt, so I don't want to take money that I could put, and pay down my debt and, to travel with. I think that, I'll still find a way to travel. I'll still find a way to, even if it's not international travel, just like, going to other cities here in Canada will still be good enough. I don't think that I absolutely need to, get on a plane and go into another country to really benefit from the advantages of traveling. But prior to the kids, I was probably doing more international travels than I'm doing right now. And so the other thing that I also had to give up when I had the kids was shopping. Shopping. Listen, this girl, I knew where the sales were going. I knew, where I could get the whatever, the 2 for 1, 50% when you buy this. Boxing Day had nothing on me. Black Friday had nothing on me. Like, it was bogus. And that was prior to Amazon because, I feel like Amazon kind of like, I don't know, bloomed like after what happened in 2020. But I used to, listen, I used to be in those stores looking for deals, buying stuff. And so I don't have that kind of time first anymore, even online to browse. I find it so annoying that I have to go and search for things, not knowing if it's gonna fit me or whatnot, because my body has changed quite a bit after my pregnancies, and I'm still trying to figure out the best thing to wear and whatnot. And so the other thing is also the money. Yes, even if I find the deals, it's still money that I'm taking away from paying down my debt. It's still money that I'm taking away from, the day to day that I have to pay for, because grocery bill, listen, is probably one of the things on my budget that I'm struggling with. I need to feed my kids, I need to feed myself, but groceries has become crazy. And so yeah, and the other thing, to be quite honest, I have shopped for my entire life already. Luckily, yes, my body has changed after my pregnancies, but not in a drastic way. I still fit in my clothes, most of for the most of them. Some of them I don't anymore, and that's fine. And mainly the professional clothes, which is fine right now because in my job right now, I'm not needing external clients as I used to in the past, so I don't really need to wear that those kind of professional attire anymore. But like for the rest of it, I fit perfectly in them. And I also realize that I tend to wear the same thing most of the time because I like the way it fits on me. It's just comfortable and whatnot. And I'm not going out as much as I used to in the past. So listen, my wardrobe, I have a double closet. I don't have a walk-in wardrobe, but I have a double closet. It's like full, like, wall to wall. And I also have probably 4 or 5 container, like beans containers in the basement, full of clothes. So I'm like, I'm fine. Of course, I have to acknowledge that I also live in a country where we have 4 seasons. For me, it's really is 3 seasons, but they said we have 4 seasons. Fine, I'll give it to them. We have 4 seasons, so the way you dress in winter is going to be different from the way you dress in summer. So of course, you need to have a bit of variety in your wardrobe. But I'm cool. Clothing and shoes. Listen, shoes. I love shoes. And again, I have like 2 or 3 containers of shoes in the basement, and I'm barely wearing them at this point. I'm wearing most of the time the same thing because I'm with the kids most of the time, so I need something comfortable. And so I haven't been buying much clothing or like shoes in the past 4 or 5 years. If I have anything new in my wardrobe, that's because a friend gave it to me, or like my sister gave it to me because she tends to shop for things that are bigger than her for some reason, and sometimes she'll be like, oh, it's too big, you can have it. So I'll take it because she has good taste. So usually whatever she gives me is really nice. I tend to have a lot of compliments on that. And so, yeah, she's literally the one who has given the most clothing in the past years. I haven't been buying much. So I had to give that up, like, that whole shopping life. Listen, that is serving me so good right now when I have to be very mindful and intentional about my money because I'm not even thinking about it first. And second, is really doing good for my budget, right? So I don't miss that at all. I'm fine. And I'm not someone who needs to wear brand, and I'm not someone who needs to wear the latest fashion or whatnot. I really do not care about that. I'm more of an utilitarian when it comes to things like that, whether it is car, house, clothing. It's like, is the car going from point A to point B? We good. Is the house has a roof that is not leaking and good foundation? We good. Is the clothes fitting me okay? Can I is it appropriate for wherever I'm going? I'm good. I don't need someone to slap their name on it. I don't, my value is not linked to what I'm wearing or where I'm living or what I'm driving. That's just not me. So I'm totally fine with that. And so what else? What else did I give up? I think that kind of like that's like high level things that I'm actually usually when I think of, oh my God, what was my life before and what is my life now? And just to say again that it's not like I'm regretting that. And yes, I'm missing it a little bit, especially when I say, the whole dancing. But for me, again, it's just temporary. So I'm really trying most of the time to think of this is temporary and I need to enjoy this time as well because my kids are growing. As you guys know, mothers out there, parents out there, how the kids are growing quickly. And so I want to enjoy this time right now because my focus is on my kids. But again, I'm also thinking of, in the near future to be able to go back to things that I really enjoy, like traveling and dancing. I don't think that I'm going to start all of a sudden shopping as much as I used to in the past because honestly, I honestly think that I've shopped for my entire life already. So, there you have it. I'm curious to know if you are a mother, if you're considering becoming a mother, what are the things that you already know that you'll have to give up, at least for a certain time, and how is that landing with you? How are you dealing with that? Are you struggling? Are you fine with it? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. And make sure to like this video so YouTube can do a good job at pushing this video to other women out there who are considering single motherhood because I do believe that we don't talk about it often, especially single motherhood by choice because of, the culture and the society that we live in where, the society wants you to do it in a certain way. But the reality is like more and more women are choosing that lifestyle and there's not enough content out here. So I'm doing my best to bridge that gap. I will be so thrilled if other single mother by choice out there will do the same. So we can just provide that information and that encouragement to other women to actually take this amazing leap of faith. Because once you cross that bridge when one the other side, it is amazing. It is not easy, but I am truly, truly happy that I made that decision and I'm enjoying each day as much as I can, despite the challenges of single motherhood. So there you have it. Thank you again for listening. I truly appreciate you listening to my video, taking in consideration that you go do something else and time is truly one of the assets that we have, non-renewable. When it's gone, it's gone. So you being here listening to me, I truly appreciate. Thank you for that. And until next time, keep on building well. Bye.